Hey girl, you are now tuned into the Allow Yourself Grace podcast, the space where we get real, we get raw, and give ourselves permission to rise anyway. I'm your host, Courtney Kristen, and I'm here to walk with you through the moments that demand change, the seasons that force us to pivot, and the experiences that invite us to shift, not just our mindset, but our entire way of showing up in the world. This space is for anyone learning to release perfection, embrace the process, and find power in the pause. Because growth isn't always pretty, but it's always possible when you allow yourself grace. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's get into the episode. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. If you're new here, I'm your host, Courtney Kristen. And thank you guys so much for being here. If you have been listening in every week, welcome back. Y'all, I have a question that has been on my mind for the past week. And, this type of question usually pops into your mind when you realize, like, man, how much further or longer could I have been in life if I didn't let little things stop me? And by those little things, I mean other people, right? Because sometimes other people, they get in the way of who we're trying to become. And the only reason they get in the way is because we allow them to. So, the question I want you to ask yourself throughout this episode and to keep in the back of your mind is, who would you be without the approval of others? If you really stopped living for others, who would you be? How many dreams would have come true by now? How many of your dreams have been delayed because you were seeking the approval of other people? How many opportunities have we missed seeking the approval of others? Think about it. It's something that happens to the best of us. It happens on a regular, and we allow people to stop us from going to the next level. We allow people to stop us from achieving those goals and those dreams that have always been a part of us. Some of us, since we were kids, we've had different goals and different dreams, and we've allowed people in our families, relationships to stop us from achieving the things that we know we're capable of achieving, but because maybe someone planted a little seed of fear inside of your mind, you didn't get it done. How many parts of ourselves have we hidden from the world and from people because we were worried about what other people would think? Today's conversation is about finally letting go of the opinions of others. Stop letting those opinions hold you hostage. You're asking permission from people who never built the life that you aspire to build. You're asking for approval from someone who couldn't spend a day walking in your shoes. Don't always look for approval from people that you don't really know. And what I mean by that is, some of these people, you don't know their work ethic. You don't know what they were like when they were your age. You don't know their thoughts on a daily. Like, you're looking for approval from people that you're not even really sure who they are. Do you really want their approval? Like, are they worthy? Are they worthy of you seeking their approval? Sometimes we have to dig a little deeper when it comes to second guessing our goals and second guessing our thoughts and looking for that approval from someone that, once you get to the core of who they are, you might not even want their approval. So, waiting for family to approve your dreams, stop. Okay? Stop waiting for them to approve your dreams and just go for it. Wanting everyone to understand your vision. You want everybody to see what you see. That's not possible. It's not possible, and it's not needed at the end of the day. The fear of disappointing yourself and disappointing people There needs to be a fine line between that. You should be more scared of disappointing yourself than you are people. Because people are just people. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And so seeking approval from others, it only continues to hold you hostage. But I want you to make up in your mind today that I'm no longer going to allow the opinion of others to keep me from doing the things that I'm passionate about, to keep me from doing the things that I love. Because at the end of the day, when you die and you have your funeral, there's only you up there. There's nobody else up there in the casket with you. You're by yourself. And so you want to make sure that you've lived a life that's not only pleasing to God, but pleasing to yourself, not just other people. I don't care if people are okay with my accolades, if they're okay with a project that I put out, if they have a problem with a podcast episode that I put out. Like, I put it out because it's something that I want to do. It's something that I'm passionate about. And so if someone has a problem with it, that's their problem, not mine. And so I feel like we spend so much time worried about other people and worried about what other people think about us that some of us never really get out of our heads. Those dreams never get to come to fruition because we're like, oh man, people are going to laugh at me. People are going to talk about me. I don't know if people are going to like it. Who cares? At the end of the day, who cares? Everybody's not going to be a supporter, and that is okay. There's okay. So there's multiple celebrities, y'all, and everybody has their supporters. There's multiple influencers, and everybody has their supporters. There's multiple podcasters, and everybody has their favorite. And the thing is, most people don't support you until when? So everybody else does it, until it's popular to support you. And by then, you don't really care if they support you or not. So it's important that in the beginning stages of you trying to achieve goals, you trying to bring dreams to fruition, that you protect your dreams, that you protect your goals, and you protect the things that you're passionate about. Because if you allow other people to continue to weigh in on those things, sometimes it prohibits you from moving forward. So, why everyone isn't supposed to understand your assignment. Everyone's not going to understand it, but God gave you the assignment, and it's your job to make sure that you complete it. Okay? Don't wait until you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s to try and start goals and dreams. Like, start now, wherever you are, even if you're that age. It's okay to start now, but if you're that age and you haven't even started, you haven't even like tried, it's probably because someone in your life was hindering you from moving forward, was hindering you from achieving those things that you wanted to achieve. Now, I'm not going to put all the blame on them, because the only way they're able to succeed at prohibiting you from achieving those goals and those dreams, it's because you allowed them to. You gave them that much power over you. And the crazy part is, a lot of times it's people that we don't even know. We don't even know these people, and we're afraid of what they think. For example, putting a video out on the internet. There's tons of people that see your video that don't know you. But putting it out there is scary because you're worried about, like, oh my God, are they going to try to cancel me? Are they going to agree with me? Are they not going to agree with me? At the end of the day, you can't really care, y'all. You can't really care. So if you want to make a video and you want to post it, be ready for people to not like it. Be ready for people to like it. Like, there's sometimes I put out videos, I may only get like 1 or 2 likes, maybe even 0. And that is okay. That is okay because I put it out there because it's something I wanted to do. And I know that by me having this podcast, I'm fulfilling an assignment that God gave me. And I'm fulfilling a goal and a dream of mine, right? It's nobody else's but mine. Allow Yourself Grace is my baby. It's mine. So it's up to me to make sure that I protect it. It's up to me to make sure that I cultivate it. It's up to me to make sure that I don't worry about the opinions of others. I've had people tell me, oh, why'd you name your podcast that? You should change the name. And then I hear, and then there's another group of people who hear the name and they're like, "Oh my God, I love the name." So you, at the end of the day, I say all that to say you can't really care what other people think. And I think I'm in a place right now where I don't care, but I've been in a place before where I worried about the opinions of others. And y'all, it prohibited me from doing so many things. And right now I'm in a place where it's like, I'm gonna try it. If it don't work, it don't work. If it don't go as planned, it's not gonna go as planned. It just wasn't my time. But it does take work to get there. But the important part is that you start trying to do the work. Because unfortunately, a lot of us grew up in households where the people that I'm talking about, they lived in the household. They talked you out of every single thing. Every single thing that you said you wanted to do, they were like, "Oh, well, are you sure you want to do that? Because that costs a lot of money. Are you sure you want to do that? Because I mean, you have to move and that's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot." And that's all you heard was it's gonna be hard or it's gonna be a lot, or I don't know if I would do that. Well, I'm not you. And you're not me. That's how you gotta kinda look at it. But when we grow up in households like that, sometimes it traumatizes us and it keeps us stagnant unknowingly. So think about it. Think back over your childhood because that could be a part of why you're so worried about what other people think. And then if it is, you have to unpack it. You have to figure out, okay, how am I gonna get past this? And if you need to go to therapy, guys, don't be afraid to go to therapy. Therapy is needed, especially when you don't have anybody to talk to. If you don't have a large group of friends, if you don't have a relationship with God, the kind of relationship that I have where I just talk to him, God, I swear he's my therapist. Go to therapy. I've been to therapy. Go. Unpack it. I'm not saying that you have to continue going to therapy for the rest of your life, but it's important that you do go because if you don't, a lot of times you never unpack what those things that are weighing you down and you never get to the root of the problem. The people who didn't create your purpose shouldn't determine your future. So those people that are speaking negativity, those people that are trying to talk you out of doing something, or every time you tell them something, they have something negative to say, or they think about all the things that could go wrong instead of thinking about all the things that could go right. Like, y'all, it's always 50-50. And anything you do is always 50-50. It's either gonna work or it's not gonna work. It's either gonna go as planned or it's not. And that's okay. That's why we change, we pivot, and we shift. We change things. We may have to move in a different direction and we shift. It's okay. That's a part of life. That's a part of us learning. That's a part of us becoming. So stop making yourself feel small to make other people feel big or to make other people comfortable. It's okay for them to be uncomfortable about your dreams. They're yours. It's okay for them to be uncomfortable about your success. It's your success. Be uncomfortable. Be uncomfortable. It's okay. This is about me. It's not about you. And so I think when we make it personal, when we get personal with our goals, when we get personal with our dreams, it becomes 10 times more meaningful. It becomes so precious to us that we don't allow anybody in our space that does not support what we're doing. And if you got to get rid of people, you just got to get rid of people. And so I want to give you some examples of why people might be hindering you and where they might be hindering you at. So, for example, if you play small at work, like everybody's speaking up, people are answering questions, people are coming up with ideas, people are just outspoken, and you just like you shrink. Like you're not saying anything, you don't contribute anything because you don't want anybody to think that, oh my God, what are they talking about? You don't want anybody to say that. You don't want anybody to say anything bad about you. So you play small. And you've been at a particular company or you've been doing a job for years and you've never got a promotion, you've never gotten an award. You've always been in the same position. You've never moved up in the company. You've never moved up at work. You never had a leadership role. That's playing small because that means that you don't think you can do it. You don't think it. That's not even it doesn't even cross your mind that you can do it. You rather just stay like this. You rather just play small and be off the radar. I've been there. I know. So change your mind. Shift your mindset. Anything you do, you should always have a goal to go to the next level. Okay? Not posting online. That's a good example. Some of you guys want to do exactly what I'm doing because you tell me all the time. I was thinking about starting a podcast. I want to start a podcast, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what I would talk about. I don't know. You know exactly what you would talk about because you've thought about it. You've envisioned it. But you're not doing it because you're afraid of what other people think. You're afraid of the judgment. What are people going to say? How do I look? Y'all, how do I look is a big one, right? My husband and I, we own a podcast studio. Most of you know that. Some of you don't. If you don't, we own OM2H Creative Studios in Houston, Texas. And so we record a lot of podcasts for people. And the amount of people that are like, even if they do get here to record, the amount of people that are like, oh my God, how do I look? Do this, do that. I don't want to look like this. And y'all, they never put the content out there. Like they literally spend their money. They come, they record. My husband edits the video or someone on our team edits the video, send it back to them. It looks great. It's amazing content. I'm talking about the content, right? But they don't put it out because they see one imperfection about themselves. And y'all, I'm sorry, but we all have imperfections. Like nobody's perfect. You can see the most prettiest person, but if they don't see it, if I look at it, oh my God, that girl's so beautiful. Oh, he's so handsome. But if they don't see it, they're not going to put it out there. And so what I've learned is you have to be okay with being you. You have to be okay with people not liking everything that you put out. And you can't be afraid of judgment. You can't worry about what other people think about you so much because you will never put it out. Because every video that I put out, there's something that I see that I'm like, oh my God, why did I do this? Oh my God, why do I look like this? But I put it out there because the content has to go out, y'all. It has to go out. And God's giving me the word to put out. I can't worry about if somebody don't like my hair today, somebody don't like how I said something today. I just can't worry about it because if I did, I would never put anything out. And so staying in unhealthy relationships because you don't want to upset anyone, staying there is another example. Like, that's another example. That's another example of you just being okay with whatever people think, whatever people give you. That's all judgment. Like, that's all you worrying about what other people think. People are going to judge you either way, whether you stay in a relationship or leave the relationship. They're going to judge you. Whether you post the video or don't post the video, they're going to judge you. Either way, okay? You can't worry about what other people think. So if you've been in a relationship 10, 20 years and the relationship is not going how you think or how you envision for your life, then you have to leave because it's ultimately your decision. You're the one that has to be in the relationship. So I can't worry about what other people think like, "Oh my God, you're not with that person anymore?" No, I'm not. Next. Like, come on y'all. Do it for you. You have to do it for you. The next thing is downplaying your accomplishments. Like, I y'all, this is mine. This is mine right here. I'll take accountability for this one. Downplaying your accomplishments. And the thing about me is, I don't know if it's like, I don't, you know what? I know what it is. It's exactly what I just told y'all. I don't want to make other people feel uncomfortable. But you know what? Right now, the space that I'm in at 38, it's kind of like, I gotta pop it a little bit, right? I gotta kind of like pop it because, first of all, there's a group of people who like to play with you, right? They like to play in your face. they think, oh, this person, they don't really have much going on because they probably don't know much about you. Or it's kind of like, oh, they're quiet. They're not going to say anything. Or, yeah, mm, I wonder what they really do. Stuff like that. And then when I have to pop my collar a little bit, right? I got to give my credentials, then the conversation changes. So what I said was to myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to downplay my accomplishments to make people feel comfortable. This is what I've accomplished. This is who I am. This is a part of me. But guess what? I spent time doing it. I put in work. I sacrificed a lot. I spent a lot of money. So I'm not going to downplay my accomplishments because someone else feels unaccomplished because they haven't done anything or they keep talking about what they're going to do and they haven't done it. That's not my problem. Get it done. I did some recently and I'm like, damn, I moved a little too fast, but it's okay. I put it out there. So it's okay, y'all. If you mess up, it's okay if, you know, you are in a space where you're like, oh, I want to remain humble. It's okay to remain humble, but don't downplay what you have accomplished. Don't downplay what you have accomplished. Don't stay in a relationship because somebody wants you to stay there. Don't be afraid to post the content or put a video out because you're worried about what other people think. At the end of the day, there's always going to be somebody judging you. And you just have to learn how to put that at the back of your mind and keep the question that I posed at the beginning of this episode at the forefront of your mind. Who would you be without the opinion of others? How much further along would you be if you didn't value their opinion so much? So, I want you to take some time to reflect and ask yourself, where in my life have I been making myself smaller so someone else can stay comfortable? Where? Sometimes we just got to do an evaluation and we just have to think about, why have I been playing small? Why have I stayed in this relationship? Why do I downplay my accomplishments? Identify the area. And I want you to remember that freedom begins when you accept that not everyone will like you. Not everybody's going to like you. So you can be a likable person, you can have 1,000 friends. That doesn't mean that every single person in this world is going to like you because there's going to be someone that has a problem with how social you are. There's going to be someone who has a problem with how direct you are, how loud you are, how quiet you are, how boring you are. There's somebody going to have a problem with something about you. And so it's important that you find your tribe. Find your people who will support you and roll with them. Don't worry about appeasing everybody. Talk about rejection. Talk about rejection. Like, talk about what it feels like to be rejected. Have the conversation with yourself. Talk about what it's like to be criticized. You know, people don't want to be criticized. We don't want people to say mean things about us or what we think is mean things about us because sometimes it could be constructive criticism. Because me, I cut people off 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I had one person say, like, okay, that might be too fast. And, I had to take some time to really think about it because I'm like, I run a strict program over here. So if you do one thing wrong, you out. But someone said, let me give you some constructive criticism. Sometimes that's not always a good thing. And I'm like, you know what? That's, you might be right. You might be right. Because I do believe that we do need people around us. Rejection. Be okay with being rejected. You're not going to be accepted everywhere. I just look at it right now. I used to get kind of like, man, I didn't get accepted. Man, I didn't get invited. But I just kind of look at it as that's not the space I was supposed to be in. And then we outgrow things, we outgrow people, and we have to be okay with it, y'all. You can't keep forcing yourself to go back to places that you've outgrown or to be stuck in friendships and relationships that you've outgrown. Forcing it doesn't work. So choose yourself over popularity. Choose yourself over the opinion of others. I say what I say to say, choose you. Choose you. At the end of the day, you got to choose you. You have to choose your goals. You have to choose your dreams, or you'll never become the person who God called you to be. He called you to try every single day. He called you to do that one thing that you know that He's given you. And some of you have still waited, you've procrastinated, you've allowed the opinions of others to stop you, to block some blessings that should have been already in your lap. You've allowed that because you've given other people so much power over you, over your life, over your vision, over your calling. And no one should have that much power other than God. Give it all to Him. Let Him guide you. Let Him direct you. Let Him have the most valued opinion in your life. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that's going to matter. He's the only person that's going to be with you until the end. Because the Bible says that, lo, I'm with you always, even until the end of the world. He's with you always. Always. And on Judgment Day, He's going to be the one there. I don't think anybody else is going to be there but you and Him. So, do you want Him to say, servant, well done, you've completed the assignment? Or you want Him to have some questions? Because I think God gonna have some questions for some of y'all. Like, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? It's gonna be some questions. And the thing is, you want to be ready to answer. Or me personally, I don't want to have to answer. I want to be able to hear, servant, well done. You did a great job. You fulfilled the assignment. Who God called you to be while trying to become who everyone else wants you to be is tough. It's tough. You got to choose. You have to choose. You have to choose, y'all. Choose ye this day who you're going to serve. Are you going to fulfill the assignment, or are you going to continue to worry about the opinion of others? You're going to continue to let people stop you from achieving those goals. So that concludes our episode. If today's episode encouraged you, would you do me a favor? Do me a favor, y'all. Do me a favor. Leave me a review. Leave me a comment. Like the video. Share the video. Subscribe. If you're listening to the audio podcast, definitely leave me a review. Go ahead and hit 5 stars for your girl so that we start showing up more at the top of the podcast algorithm over here. Subscribe to the Allow Yourself Grace YouTube channel. Leave a comment over there. Hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop a video. Share this with another woman. Share this with the man. I don't really care who you share it with. Just share it, because this word is not just for women. It can be for anybody. You know, my audience is women. My target audience is women. But we welcome the men over here too, guys, because everybody sometimes needs a little reminder to don't let the opinion of others weigh you down, to get back on track, to keep going. We all mess up. We're all human. But what's most important is that we always, always allow ourselves grace to start over. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. And that concludes today's episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode. I'm so happy to be back. Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me a review and let me know how you enjoyed today's episode. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Well, guys, that concludes our episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. For additional information about today's episode, please click the link in the show notes below. To learn more about our Grace Girls community and other resources we have to offer,
head over to www.allowyourselfgrace.com. Until next time, Grace Girls, I love you all. Be blessed and continue to strive for success.